You could love dudes and not act like a broad, right?
Right, because he really wears dresses.
Hey, man, I get it. You can love dudes, but you ain't a broad. You're a girl. You're a man.
I just want to know, who told EJ he was putting that shit on? Dressed to the nines, he said. Now, I give credit where credit is due, but baby, let's be honest. Where's the fashion icon? Before you start trying to compare yourself and throw shade, let's have the credentials to back it up.
Y'all, Wendy Williams really came out of retirement just to check EJ Johnson. And honestly, nobody does it quite like Auntie Wendy. If you missed the drama, EJ Johnson has been making some bold comments lately, claiming that he looks better than every woman in the room, and even admitting that he intentionally competes with straight women for men. Those statements instantly sparked backlash online. People who barely mentioned EJ before are suddenly talking about him nonstop, and not in a good way. Gay influencers are criticizing him, women and longtime allies are calling him out, and social media has been dragging him for days. Still, EJ refuses to back down. He made it clear that he stands by every word he said, confidently owning the controversy in his signature kitten heels. Now, Wendy Williams has stepped in to remind EJ exactly who he is and why people are tired of the foolishness and attention-seeking behavior.
Talk about the Bergen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is a 35 centimeter. This is a 35 centimeter, and 35 centimeters are for going to your daytime things, to your fashion show during the day, or to your lunch during the day, or to a breakfast during the day, or running your errands during the day. But anyway, it's during the day. Please don't bring your large format bag on a red carpet at night or during your dinner. You must go home and change and find a smaller format bag. Get into your 25 centimeter purse, or your mini Kelly is also an option. Something tiny. This does not go to dinner. She's not going.
What exactly is EJ Johnson on these days? Everyone already knew he was loud, confident, and unapologetically himself. But hearing him speak about women in this way caught a lot of people off guard. EJ recently opened up about fully embracing what he calls his feminine energy, saying he has completely accepted who he is and has no plans to change for anyone. He even revealed that he asked his parents, Magic and Cookie Johnson, to stop referring to him with he, him, gay, or even the word son. According to EJ, the person he used to be no longer exists, and he now identifies using she, they pronouns. At the same time, EJ made it very clear that he is not transitioning and does not consider himself part of the transgender community. Those statements alone sparked major debate online, leaving many people confused, surprised, and questioning exactly where EJ stands today.
You know, it's like pronouns I don't really like he, but like I've also trained myself not to get upset when other people use it, which I think is very important. Because you're giving your power away when you lose it. You know, you give words too much of personal power. They is fine, whatever. She is cool. Like, I'm really not a stickler.
Now, everyone is entitled to live their life however they choose, but come on, give people a break. Many critics feel confused by EJ's comments because, on one hand, he wants people to respect his identity and refer to him as she. Yet, on the other hand, he often throws shade at women in the same conversation. That contradiction is exactly why social media has been reacting so strongly. EJ also stated very clearly that he does not date gay or trans men. Instead, he claimed he is only attracted to men with strong masculine energy, and said he tends to prefer straight men. Those remarks instantly sparked even more debate online.
Especially if I look cuter than any girl does, like, what's the problem? Like, what's the issue? And that's exactly how I apply it to myself these days in the way that I present, like in my feminine regalia. I've always been a feminine being, and like, that's just like how I best express myself. But I'm like, listen, I'm out all the time, and like, I'm killing a dress and no one else is. Like, the girls in the room are not doing it. Like, they don't look cute. They're not dressed to any nines. So,
Now, nobody would have a problem with EJ Johnson hyping himself up or celebrating his fashion sense. Confidence is one thing, and EJ has clearly built a reputation around luxury, glamour, and standing out wherever he goes. But many people feel the issue starts when he tries to compete with women while also putting them down to elevate himself. That is where the backlash really comes from. Critics are asking why he seems so determined to step into female spaces, wear the designer looks, receive praise for femininity, and then throw shade at the very women whose image he appears to admire. A lot of fans online also pointed out that EJ moves through life with privileges most women do not have. As the son of basketball legend Magic Johnson, EJ grew up surrounded by wealth, fame, and protection. Because of that, some people believe he gets to embrace only the glamorous and entertaining parts of femininity without experiencing many of the harsh realities women face daily, including sexism, disrespect, and societal pressure. That is why some critics argue that EJ's version of femininity feels selective and performative. They believe he enjoys the fashion, attention, and aesthetic while avoiding the deeper struggles tied to womanhood. On top of that, the idea of openly competing with women instead of supporting them rubbed many people the wrong way. To a lot of viewers online, that mindset came across as unnecessary, arrogant, and completely out of touch.
EJ Johnson said he is the baddest in the room. He's better than any other female in the room. Well, yes, if the room is empty. Listen, EJ, I don't understand why the LGBTQ community is always trying to be in competition with women. Women is not in competition with us, especially if you up there trying to be a woman. You in woman's clothes, you in a dress. And that's cool, express yourself how you want to, but why are you trying to bring down the next bit? You better than them. Anybody with two sets of eyes know that's not true. I don't know what land of delusion you reside in, but you best check the mailbox. The brochure said false advertisement. That is not true. That is incorrect. Okay.
At this point, almost nobody seems to be buying what EJ Johnson is trying to sell. Even after the massive backlash online, EJ refused to back down or soften his comments. Instead, he doubled down and made it clear that he does not care about being accepted by any community. According to EJ, acceptance is not something he is looking for, and he has no interest in fitting into anyone else's expectations. But many critics believe that confidence comes from a place of extreme privilege. A lot of people online pointed out that EJ is able to speak so boldly because of the lifestyle and protection that come with being Magic Johnson's son. Critics questioned whether the public would even know who EJ is if he were not connected to one of the most famous names in basketball history. Beyond fashion moments and reality television appearances, many people argue that EJ has not built a major legacy or career strong enough to separate his identity from his father's fame. That is why Wendy Williams and others believe somebody needed to call him out. From their perspective, EJ's behavior is starting to come across as arrogant, disconnected, and even delusional. Critics feel that instead of focusing on himself, EJ constantly turns women into competition. Many people believe that his comments about looking better than women or competing with them for attention crossed a line completely. Fans also brought up past situations involving his sister, claiming there has been a pattern of competitive behavior for years. One moment people still reference is when EJ reportedly became upset after his sister ended a relationship with a man he was interested in himself. Because of incidents like that, critics argue that the same behavior people are calling out today is not new at all. To them, it is simply becoming more public.
Is he sexy?
Yes, he's fine.
He's a loser.
You don't like him, EJ?
Okay.
I met Anthony over the summer when I was vacationing in the south of France. We flirted, made plans to hook up, and after that, I've noticed that he was talking a lot with Lisa in the corner, and then the man who led me on is now hooking up with my sister, and I was